What is up, guys? It's been a while since I've uploaded, and to that I apologize. A lot of things been going on, and also a couple things have changed around. Like, for one, I have school. That's just the big issue for me. And also, I'm just too lazy to upload. Editing videos kind of get annoying after a while, knowing that I put like a lot of effort into them, like 3 hours of effort just for them to not really perform well. But also because of the fact that I was more broke than your average gambler after they put their entire rent payment on red and lose it all. I was trying to look for a job. I'll make sure to edit that in the video too, so for all you degenerates out there. To be honest, I don't even know why people are so scared. I mean, trying to find a job in this day and age, it's like trying to get a Hyperion on Iron Man. Like, it's impossible. They all refuse you and they just simply, they don't want me, bro. I don't get it. Speaking of Hypixel Skyblock, I actually pulled a Necron sandal not so long back and I sold it. And invested it all on mining gear just for the forging update to come out, and it all went to waste. So, but either way, I don't really play Hypixel Skyblock anymore. I will say that seals are great for money, though. If you're looking for money in Hypixel Skyblock, do seals. Big thing that has come across right now, my radar, is that, or more or less an interest that has come across me, is art. Overall, I would say for most of my life, I haven't really been very good at drawing, more than less. Over the first couple years of high school, art started to grow on me a bit to the point where I think it could actually make a pretty decent career for me overall. I have a bunch of ideas in my head that I think would look pretty good on paper, but other than that, I know why you clicked on the title, so let's just get straight into it. First things first, I had to set up this tablet, which I will say, the box, absolutely beautiful. This tablet is amazing, I love it. It's real nice, real big, fits on the table perfectly, but I will say setting it up was fucking hell, bro. Although it fits well on my desk, getting it to be like that was terrible. The mess of the cables, from the lack of the clear instructions, it was just really annoying to set up. And then once you get it all plugged in, you have to download the drivers on your computer, then you have to download the software that you're gonna use. And speaking of that, the software that I'm gonna be using for most of the time here is going to be Clip Studio Paint. And I'm currently recording this voiceover after I finish this video, and I gotta say I'm not good with voiceover, so I apologize in advance. But I gotta say, I love Clip Studio Paint so much. I cannot recommend it more as a beginner. Like, if you want to get into digital art, Clip Studio Paint is the way to go. If you want to check it out, I will have it linked in the description, as well as the tablet that I use, and also some of the songs and music that I'm also going to be using in the video. So be sure to check the description if you want to check it out. So after begging my parents to buy me Clip Studio Paint, and after getting it all set up, we can finally get into the video. And all I'm going to say, for the first time ever using a tablet, this was very, very confusing at first. Just trying to, for the first couple days, it's kind of really just getting used to the feel of how to use a tablet. People may think that the switch from traditional art to digital art isn't that big of a gap, which in some cases is like kind of true, but it can be very confusing at first. So for the first couple days, I made just a couple simple drawings, one being this little HollowKnight mask, and then whatever the hell this is. To be honest, I don't even know what I was doing these first couple days, but I tried. Days 3 and 4, I thought maybe I should get a reference, because a lot of the things I draw usually is by reference. And yeah, they do look pretty good. So I decided to use my Roblox avatar And it was funny because I used a screenshot of a glitched avatar where my hair wasn't there, so instead of it just being normal Sukuna, it was bald Kuna. That was absolutely hilarious. But I do like the way it came out at the end. I made a rough sketch, and then later on I went back and gave it some color and shading and a few tweaks, and I think it came out pretty well. Now, another thing I should probably iterate before we get into this is that although it is 30 days, it's more like 30 days spanned through 8 months. Now, I know that sounds bad, but that's just because I'm super lazy and I apologize for it. Try not to question it too much. So, let's go over some of the things that, if you're a beginner at digital art, things that could probably really help out in the beginning. So for day 5, I decided to draw the Pure Vessel from HollowKnight, and one of the main things I learned, like right off the bat, use layers. Layers are so helpful. In Clip Studio, you can use layers to make separate instances to where you could put your sketches, to your line art, to eventually your color, and then the shading or whatever else you're gonna add on later on. And this will make it much easier to deal with. It will be much easier than just trying to do everything on one separate thing. I was really trying to figure out how the color was working, but I was kinda... the paint bucket tool was kinda acting up really weird, so the Pure Vessel kind of turned out a little bit weak for this one, so I don't know. Day 6, I was feeling good and I used yet another HollowKnight reference, this being the actual HollowKnight, and I really liked the way this one came out. I think overall this is probably one of the best things I've drawn for most of the week so far, and I would say it'd probably be my best for quite a while. Day 7 and 8, I would try to use the head models that Clip Studio has to try to use it as a reference and just sketch and see how that would go. And I gotta say that it wasn't, I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at drawing anatomy. Something I definitely need to learn and get better at as I go on if I want to try getting better at digital art. Day 9, I would draw the Windy Bee from Bee Swarm Simulator, as at the time it was Beesmas and I was on that grind. On it, please remove stickers. Like, genuinely speaking, stickers were the worst update to ever be added to Bee Swarm Simulator. Please, on it, get rid of them. Oh my god. Day 10, I would draw yet another HollowKnight character, being Nightmare King Grim, which I gotta say, I love the soundtrack. The HollowKnight soundtrack is genuinely probably one of the best game soundtracks I've ever heard, like ever. Like, other than, I would say, Celeste, HollowKnight is just, oh my god, it's just so good. It's so good. Overall, I would say this drawing was alright, but I like the HollowKnight one a bit better, though. After this, though, I started to lose motivation already, and I know, only 10 days in, and I haven't really done much. But I would say the biggest issue that almost every artist is going to face is that they're always going to want to try to go bigger and bigger and bigger. This is just simply something that is inevitable for anyone, because as an artist, all you're going to see is the flaws in your artwork, and that's always going to be the thing that kind of demotivates you when it comes to anything you do in the future, which is usually something you have to get past in order to improve as an artist. But also at the same time, I had my art classes as well, because it was my junior year of high school, and I was taking drawing and watercoloring, and now we're in cartooning, and now for marking period 4 we get the tablets, and it's time to move to a different platform. Now first, I just gotta say, how the hell is my school able to afford this whole ass cart of these brand new Apple iPads that all come with pens and have Procreate automatically installed on them, but can't freaking fix our shitty ass lunches, bro? Like, what is this, bro? So right off the bat, I will say Procreate is a lot different from Clip Studio Paint. It was way more simple, but I would say a lot more condensed for some reason. Like, I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like it's a little bit more condensed than Clip Studio is. And at first, I did not like it because I was having trouble just finding out what the hell, like where everything is. And it's just, not to mention, it's just like, I don't know, drawing on that screen it did not feel as good as like drawing on the tablet. Because the thing about the tablet I have, it's like, it has almost like a paper-like texture. So when you use the pen, it almost feels like you're drawing on real paper. Days 11 and 12, I tried to draw something, but I didn't really have much to show for it. I did make this cool background though. One of the first things I drew, and I learned about the Magic Wand tool, which is something I would kind of rely on for some reason. Like, I don't know, these filters kind of cook for some reason. Now there's a lot more stuff that I could have had in this video, but there was one slight issue, and that was trying to import those images to my drive, which I couldn't do at the time because for some reason the iPads were not connected to the school Wi-Fi. Therefore, we were not able to export them to our personal emails or our Google Drives, meaning that a lot of stuff was not able to come here. But I will say, for day 13, I made a very bad looking cat that was supposed to be close to mine, but it was not. But it was supposed to be something for like a Tim Burton project. Overall, it wasn't very good. Days 14 and 15, we had to draw original character, portrait, and full body. I will only show the head one because I have something very, very big planned for this character later on in the future. Day 16, 17, considering on more sketching that I did, I also made this little icon right here, which brings me to the overall goal of this video. I want to be able to like make a switch from my channel right now, which was originally gaming, to what it is going to be, which is going to be the new Vic Santa channel. That is all going to be all the art stuff that I post on this channel. And now we are at the halfway mark of this video, and this is a good time to tell you guys to like and subscribe. Wait, I already told you guys that. As I'm starting fresh again, I really appreciate it, as I put so much effort into making these videos, and it would mean a lot. Always. It will always mean so much to get some support from you guys, whether it be the feedback you give, or just simply sharing it to others, or just as simple as subscribing to the channel. Subscribing is free, and you can always unsubscribe at any time, no pressure. Anyways, back to the video. Now to the end of June, where it's the final month of school. Gotta love it. Junior year was genuinely hell. Our final project being a 4-style self-portrait. I worked over the span of 3 weeks. I'm only gonna count it as 3 days though, because an art period usually lasts like maybe 40 minutes maximum. Like, I'm just gonna say straight up, half the time I'm not even working because it's like there's not really much for me to work on, as I got it done pretty fast overall. So I'm only gonna consider it like 3 days. I'll show 3 of the styles because one of them being my own style, I kind of want to hide it for later, you know, just to keep it a little bit secret. The 3 styles I picked was My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer. The My Hero style, I think I rushed it a little bit too much. I mean, like, yeah. JJK, I love this art style, bro. I love this art style. I had to do the I'd win pose, of course. And then Demon Slayer, I gave them those hexagon looking eyes. And of course, the uniform, I had to relate it to my own culture, which you guys don't know, I'm Mexican, guys. Day 20, I would finally be going back onto Clip Studio Paint, and I would cook as I would make the MC from No 9 Souls. And I gotta say, although I haven't really played the game that much, I really like this game. The music, design, and the art for this game is just, it's so good, bro. It's so good. And the fact that this game didn't get a nominee for Indie Game of the Year is actually insane, bro. Actually ridiculous. Day 21, there wasn't really anything too special I did today. I mean, I used a Tanjiro reference from Demon Slayer, but it was alright. Anyways, on to the next one. Days 22 to 24. I remember a while back, someone on Discord asked me if I could draw Asta from Black Clover. I hope that I pronounced that correctly. So I looked up a manga panel and I saw this one and it looked, oh, that manga panel goes so hard. So I drew it and it came out like this, and I really like the way this one came out. Like, I would say this is probably my favorite one I've made so far. Day 25, I'm gonna work on my YouTube profile. I had a couple of ideas in my mind, but when I drew them, they really didn't look good at all. To the point I don't even want to show you guys because those things look so cursed. But at the end, I came up with this, which I think looks way better than the last two things I came up with. The letters, they just fit. They just fit. And as for customizing the YouTube channel, we have to retire the banner. And I gotta say, this banner was actually really nice. I really like the way this banner looks, but I have to change it up. So I had a few ideas in mind, but I knew trying to draw them out was gonna take way too long, because this was gonna have to be much bigger. So I went for something a little bit more simple, and this is how it came out, and I think it came out pretty well. It's nice and simple. And as for who that is in the middle, well, I can't tell you yet. So stay tuned for later uploads. Days 27 and 28. I've just turned 17 and I went to see the Fantastic Four with my father and my friend, and that movie was awesome. It's just sad to see that Marvel is going in spiral because everyone hates them now because they've been doing nothing but making flops these past couple, last couple years. So it really sucks to see. I really hope they don't go back down the rabbit hole of making complete slop all the time, and they keep going with what they're doing, because we've had 2 bangers in a row, and that's rare for Marvel nowadays. Now, as for what I drew today, I have to say, I have a love-hate relationship with Forsaken. On one hand, it's a really great game. The music's great, game's great. Overall, it's a really good game. But on the other hand, it's like, what the fuck are these fucking hitboxes, bro? Like, there's no way you're telling me this shit hit me from behind the freaking wall, bro. Like, what is this shit, bro? Anyways, I gather a couple reference images of Hacklord Shedletsky. And speaking of that, I also made a video with that same clip that I did, and that video popped off. Like, thank you guys. Like, 14K views, that's a first for the channel. And it also got me like over 20 subscribers, which that was pretty good. Anyways, so I thought this was gonna be really easy, but this was a lot more complicated than I originally thought. I thought this wasn't really going to be that hard. Wrong. This took me over 3 hours, and the end results, I don't think it looks that great. I really don't think it doesn't look that great, in my opinion. I think it's just super messy, and just like, this took way too long. It took way longer than it should have. Now, for the final 2 days, I knew I had to make something good, as I was already way past the due date for when I was supposed to upload this video, and I already am now. Like, it's, let's see, as the time of making this voiceover, it is August 11th. I originally planned to upload this shit on my birthday, but my laziness didn't let me, bro. I apologize. So I had to cook up this time. Also, for my birthday, I had gotten Deltarune, and Lord did not prep me for the Roaring Knight. That boss is really hard. I mean, once you get the Shadow Mantle, it's actually really easy. Like, the boss itself, it really isn't that hard. It's just like, there's just 2 attacks, bro. It's like, what the hell are these attacks, bro? And for the final day, I decided, instead of like using a reference and just completely copying the image that I tried, like just try to copy and draw the image based on reference, I was actually gonna try to make something original this time. And overall, I think the end result for this one, like, yeah, I think it looks great. Like, I think this is a great way to leave it off for the final game. came out. Although there was a few mishaps here and there, and although it could be better, I think overall, I think it looks pretty good. And other than that, that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like and subscribe, as like I said, any support helps. Anything helps. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.